Greetings, Helldivers, and welcome to episode 2 of R.A.S.H Tactics, a short video series inspired by our fearless General R.A.S.H that aims at bringing some useful hints and advice on certain aspects of Helldivers 2. In today's episode, we'll be taking a look at the Spore Spewer, the Stalker Nest, and the newly added Shrieker Nest side objectives. So the first thing to be aware of about these 3 side objectives is that they are specific to Terminid missions, so you'll never actually encounter any of them whilst you're fighting against the automatons. Unless, of course, we reach some kind of grimdark future where the bots and the bugs start working together. And then at that point, I don't think any amount of democracy is going to save us. I'm imagining a stalker with a rocket launcher on his shoulder. The Terminid Predator. Another thing to be aware of is that you can encounter more than one of these per mission. I have had a mission in the past where I've encountered 2 stalker nests, which was definitely not a fun time when every time you get a bug attack, you get 4 or 5 stalkers come with them. I have also had a mission within the past couple of days where we had 2 Shrieker nests, and that wasn't much fun either, although Shriekers don't seem to be as dangerous as the majority of Terminids, although I think they'll probably tweak that at some point in the future. First off, Stalker Nests. Now, Stalker Nests are very similar to your standard bug nests, in which they are just a hole in the ground that's glowing orange. And in order to take these down, you will need explosives, grenades, or a stratagem to destroy them, and you will require a few more than usual. So, with your standard bug nests, all you have to do is just throw one single grenade into the hole, or hit it with a stratagem or an explosive, and it will blow up the bug hole and close it. With a Stalker Nest, you need at least 2 grenades, I believe. It might even be more than that on the higher difficulties. And you can always tell that you're getting close to a Stalker Nest when Stalkers start appearing more and more frequently. So when you first spawn into the mission, if the Stalker Nest is on the opposite side, it's going to take about 5 or 10 minutes for you to encounter your first one, but as you get closer to that nest, you're going to start encountering them on a more frequent basis. Next is the Spore Spewer, and with these, it's very easy to tell when you've got one located somewhere on your mission. Even if you can't see the spewer directly, a large area around the objective will be covered in a thick green fog or mist that makes it very difficult to see. Spore Spewers are much easier to spot from a distance and can be taken out by anything from bullets to bombs. Even if the objective is located across the map, if you put enough rounds into it, the spewer will be destroyed. One thing to be aware of with these Spore Spewers is that sometimes when I've been on a mission on a planet's surface that's quite dark, or if it's nighttime, or if there's quite a lot of naturally occurring fog or mist in the area, you can confuse a Spore Spewer's fog with the kind of occurring fog that happens when you attack a medium or a large bug nest. So when you're approaching a medium or a large bug nest, they come with a fog of their own, which is kind of a greenish-orange fog, whereas the Spore Spewer's is a lighter shade of green. So it might take a few attempts for you to start recognizing the difference between the 2 colors, but there is a difference between them. But with Spore Spewers, I always just try and head to the center of the fog. If I can't see a nest or a red circle on the minimap, it's usually going to be a Spore Spewer, and if you keep looking upwards out of the fog, you will even be able to spot the mushroom shape itself with the orange lights. Finally, let's talk about these Shrieker Nests. So, this objective is relatively new to the game. It's only been out for about 4 or 5 days as of the time of recording this, and I've only encountered them about 3 or 4 times myself. Most recently, I did see a Shrieker Nest objective that had 3 separate nests all next to each other, and in order to complete the objective, we had to destroy all 3 of them, whereas I think the first time I encountered it, there was only 1 nest in total, so the amount of nests you have to destroy might change depending on the level of difficulty, but one thing to keep in mind is that because this objective is relatively new, the developers might make changes and some balance tweaks and stuff like that as we go forward. Spotting the Shrieker Nest is very, very easy. They look exactly the same as a Spore Spewer, so this kind of tall black and grey mushroom shape with orange lights all over it. But the easiest thing to spot is that it doesn't come with the big thick fog of green gas, so you can always tell a Shrieker Nest apart from a Spore Spewer. But one thing I did notice while doing this objective is that the Shrieker Nests, whilst they look similar to the Spore Spewer, they take a lot more damage to take down. I'm not even sure if you can actually take them down with just regular bullets. It might have to be explosives, or they might just have a higher health pool, so you might have to fire a lot more bullets in order to take down one nest. So one thing I would probably recommend for this particular objective is to get a bit closer to it and throw some stratagems, maybe some grenades or rockets, and just take them down nice and quick. Once you have started shooting the objective, it will start spawning Shriekers that will just constantly keep coming at you. Even if you stop attacking them, I think they'll just keep coming after you. They'll probably even join into some patrols as well. Any updates to the Shrieker tactics will warrant an updated video to cover the more effective methods of completing this objective. That's it for episode 2 of R.A.S.H Tactics. In our next episode, we're going to cover some of the automaton-specific objectives. Thank you very much for watching, I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.